Hey, it's Terry. I'm here at the Pike Place Market, and it's called Pike Place Market, not Pike's Market. Also, for us locals, we call it the Market. So back in 2009, I started a tour company here in Chowder. It's called Chowder Tours here in the Pike Place Market, and I've been wanting to do this video for 16 years. And so I'm going to take you through the market, show you some unique places that you may not be aware of. Of course, I'll show you the tourist attractions as well, but there's some little hidden gems you may not be aware of, and I'll share with you a little bit more history of this area as well that I think you'll enjoy. And so here we go. Before the neon signs, before the flowers, before they throw the fish here, Seattle was a much different place. Below us we had tide flats. This area was called Dzu La Leech, meaning little crossing over place. You had mussels available, clams, berries. To us today this is a beautiful view, but to the Native Americans this was their pantry, loaded with salmon, crab, all kinds of other fish. Not only that, it was a trade route for the Native Americans to trade with each other. You have the Duwamish tribe that was close by. They could paddle over across the water to Bainbridge Island to the Suquamish tribe. So to them, this was heaven. So Seattle was established in 1851. The original Denny party arrived here on November 13th of 1851. They originally came from Illinois, across the Oregon Trail to Portland, Oregon, and about 6 months later they arrived here in what we now know as Seattle. When they were first introduced to Chief Seattle, or Chief Seattle is pronounced properly, he taught them where to hunt, where to fish, and he was really instrumental in kind of bridging that cultural gap between the Native Americans and also the other tribes and the tribe members throughout the area. By 1853, what we now know as Seattle started to grow, and they thought we need to have a name for where we live, what we call ourselves. So they chose Seattle. And when they told Chief Seattle about it, he was actually kind of upset at first. You know, he wasn't really happy about that, and the reason being is because of the Native American culture. Their tradition back then was for one full year there's a mourning party, and throughout this mourning party, or mourning period rather, you're not supposed to talk about the chief or even say their name out loud. And the thought was that if you did that, it might disturb his transition to the afterlife. So Chief Seattle argued that a little bit, but you know, by the time he passed away, he was very proud of the fact that we named the city after him. In 1855, the Point Elliott Treaty was signed, and basically what this was is all the Native American nations signed this treaty, probably not really knowing what they were signing, and they lost the rights to millions of acres of land, though they were still reaffirmed their rights to hunt and fish, in which they still have those rights today. However, in 1865, 10 years later, Seattle passed what was called Ordinance 5, and that essentially said that if you're a Native American, you can't be in the city after dark unless you're working for a white person. And KaShiBa, also known as Princess Angeline, was Chief Seattle's daughter, and she said, no, I'm not moving, and she didn't. And her house was located right here. It was a little two-room house that Henry Yesler had built for her, and she was able, you know, the waterfront was right here. It's, you know, all been filled in years later, of course, but she was able to, you know, get mussels and clams and collect berries, and she sold those locally. During that time, she was also introduced to Edward Curtis. Edward Curtis was a local photographer here in Seattle, and he found her face so intriguing, and he asked her to come into his portrait studio, and he took a portrait of Princess Angeline that you'll see here on the screen. And this is what inspired Edward Curtis to do a 30-year project. He felt so compelled to capture the vanishing Native Americans. He did a 20-volume set over 30 years. He traveled just to capture those. She passed away in the late 1800s. She was very well respected, very honored. The funeral was well attended by, you know, many dignitaries and many people that lived here in Seattle. And also she was buried in a canoe-shaped coffin, and she now resides at Lakeview Cemetery, very close to where Henry Yesler was buried as well. So there's stories and thoughts that Princess Angeline never left here. They say that on these steps, some people will see out of the corner of their eye her ghost maybe running around. There might be a pungent smell. They might smell something that may be her. I've not seen Princess Angeline today. Perhaps we will, but I thought you'd like, you know, a little bit of background on the story of the early people that were here before the Pike Place Market was here. So on August 17th of 1907, this is where the Pike Place Market started. So back then, most of the farmers were from either Italy or Japan. They didn't speak very good English, and they relied on middlemen to sell their produce. And those middlemen were, quite frankly, kind of rip-off artists. So the middlemen at some point were starting to charge people $1 a pound for onions. We pay that today, right? So the farmers asked the city, hey, is there someplace we can go to sell our produce? So they said, yeah, how about on the corner of First and Pike, right where we're at right here. So this is where it all started. And only 8 farmers showed up, but by mid-afternoon, those 8 farmers had sold out all their produce. The next day, even more farmers showed up, and that started everything that you see here. This is one of the longest continuously running public markets in America. There's about 275 businesses within the market, and we also have 500 people live here. We have a daycare center, a healthcare center, a food bank, low-income housing, a senior center. So it's really a city within a city. And it's the 33rd most visited tourist attraction in the world. In fact, we get more visitors here at the Pike Place Market than the Louvre in Paris, believe it or not. And I don't know if you know this, but 85% of the people that go to the Louvre go directly to the Mona Lisa and then they leave. So I would say 85% of the people probably come here, watch them throw a fish behind me, and then they leave. I'm joking. I want to point out Storyville Coffee. America's Best Roaster by Wine Enthusiast magazine. It's also better than going to that big line where the other queue is for that other company that you all know about. You want to go to Storyville Coffee. So we're going to head on up to the 3rd floor, and we're going to get a Storyville Coffee. UPS right there. They started here in Seattle back in the early 1900s. They were called the American Messenger Service. They were bike messengers. So 2 great places here. We've got Radiator Whiskey, a great selection of whiskey here. Matt's in the Market is a fantastic restaurant as well. However, we're going to head over to Storyville, where everyone else is. There's a pretty good line here. Is that delicious?
Storyville.
Yeah.
It is delicious.
It sure is.
And refreshing.
I love the interior. I love these lights here, these Edison style lights.
Check out the photographs behind you too.
All right, we just had coffee, but you know what? Now we need the restroom stop. And the best restroom in the Pike Place Market is right here in the Sanitary building. So follow me. So if you find these steps in the Sanitary Market, then on the other side of the steps is where you're going to find the restroom. It's the cleanest restroom, less crowded than the other ones, right by where they throw the fish. Well, we just had Storyville Coffee, which is delicious. Now it's time we got to go over to the Daily Dozen to get some fresh, hot donuts. Also, you don't want to miss the Pike Place nuts. Ooh, they're even making donuts. This is their little donut robot. They call it a robot. But look at that. What do you think? We'll get the cinnamon ones? Does that sound good? A dozen of each? No.
Mix them up.
We don't want a dozen of each. Okay, we'll mix them up. So we'll get 6 and 6. How does that sound? So we have different prices. So a half dozen is $7.20. Look at the full dozen price, so $10.80 for sprinkles. That's a pretty good deal. So it's better to buy a dozen.
That was that maple one, so
Is that, you want a couple of those?
I want one of them.
Just one? We'll get 2 maples. How about
Definitely
4
cinnamon.
sprinkles
Yeah.
and 6 cinnamon?
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
I like that idea. Hey there, can we get 2 of those maples, 4 of the sprinkles, and 6 of the cinnamon for a? Can you add that all up together? Is that going to work in your head? So they're fresh. Look at that. They actually mix the cinnamon sugar right there in the bag.
All right, 6 of the hot, fresh cinnamon donuts.
Yep.
4 of the sprinkles.
4 of the
2
sprinkles and 2 of the maples. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Oh my God, maple. Oh, crazy. That is the best. That's the best maple I've ever had. What do you think?
So good.
It's incredible. These are.
Should have been 4.
It should have been.
Oh my God, it's almost hot.
It might be too hot.
I have to lay down.
Isn't that delicious? You have to.
Cinnamon's the best.
This is one place, I know a lot of people know about it, but you have to go to the Daily Dozen. Their donuts are fantastic. These just came out.
Yeah, double down on the cinnamon.
Yeah, I think they're the best. Well, not the best, but they're really good. Hot to go. Look at all this. Oh, we got the sprinkles too. Let's try the sprinkles. All right, we can't sit here and eat 12 donuts all at once. Well, we could.
Well, we could.
So one thing I want to point out too, if you look at all these lights up here, these are all the arcade style lights. So they want to make it more like almost like a theater when they did this in the 1920s. All right, so next, we're gonna head over to Market Spice. So, well, let's go in front of it and I'll tell a little personal story on that. This is the best Lagniappe ever. This is the place you want to go. Don and Joe's, they've been here forever. But that's where you want to get. That'll go good with a donut, won't it? You want to get a Lagniappe? What do you think? So we're at Market Spice, and a little personal story. So back when I was a kid, my mom and I, and with my father, we lived in England, and she fell in love with tea. But when she came back to Seattle, she would always go to Market Spice Tea to get her teas. And the one that she got all the time was the cinnamon orange. This is just fantastic. It's the best tea still to this day that I love. And every time I have it, I smell it, it brings back my childhood. So let's walk in and check out. They have over 200 different types of tea, by the way. And you can try it too. You're able to have a taste of it. Yeah, that's their signature tea right here. This just takes me back to my childhood. Oops, I spilled a little bit there, but this is awesome. Don't miss this place. Yeah, it does, absolutely. All right, let's check out this little secret down here. A lot of people don't realize in the Pike Place Market, there is a secret garden, and I'm going to show you that. Grow vegetables for people that are in the garden or in the market that live here. There's about 500 people live in the Pike Place Market. A lot of them live in the LaSalle, which is the hotel that's right, where are we at? It's right over there. Oh no, it's right here. And this is part of the LaSalle right here. And this is the garden that they put together to help feed people that live here. I think what else is also great about this location is it's less crowded for the beautiful view. So check out this view right here. We've got the ferry coming from, this one looks like it's coming from Bremerton. We've got the Bainbridge Island ferry right over there as well. The Great Seattle Wheel. So right now we're in the secret garden, but there's another secret here in the Pike Place Market you may not be aware of. There is a secret library, and I'm going to show you that right now. So follow me. So the secret library is kind of a secret. I've never been there. I didn't even know it was here, honestly, until recently. And it's very close to Pike Place Fish, where they throw the fish. Don't worry, we're going to get these guys. We'll get this in the video as well. But I want to just show you where this library is so you guys can go to it as well. Hey, follow me. We're in a library, so we have to be quiet. Be very, very quiet. Also, this has a really nice view of the Gumwall is right down here. See the Gumwall? But also, look at that mural right there. There used to be an old-time dance hall here. Look at this old-time dance tonight sign. Another little secret gem in the Pike Place Market. Donations, I assume, probably corporate membership or corporate sponsorship, things like that.
Yeah, we're always fundraising.
So what's the unique books that you have here that maybe we wouldn't find in a different library?
We have a lot of good fiction library and a good history library too. But of course we're not everything.
Like history of Seattle. Is there much of
Yeah. Come in this room too. Yeah, the Northwest and
So we were really fortunate to have Kathy, a folio volunteer, kind of take us through the library, and there's a lot of great books, nice reading room if you want to just kind of chill out while you're in the city. The day pass is only $5. You'll need to bring cash with you, or you can do it online before you get there. But when you arrive there, they don't have the ability to take credit cards. So $5 per person, and it's definitely worth the visit. Okay, so you just heard the fish. We're at Pike Place Fish, but we're going to save that for a moment. What we're going to do is we're going to go down to the second germiest place in the world next to the Blarney Stone, and that's the infamous Gumwall. It's something you don't want to miss, though you don't want to kiss the Gumwall, but follow me. All right, so before we get to the Gumwall, I want to point out Ghost Alley Espresso. Mercedes Jaeger started this company years ago, and she was very instrumental in helping my tour company grow as well. She was the person I could ask a lot of questions to. She had her own ghost tour company, and her father, Michael Jaeger, was the honorary mayor of the Pike Place Market, and she grew up here as well. She no longer owns Ghost Alley Espresso, but there's reportedly to be a ghost inside that building, Arthur Goodwin. And they say that things fall off the wall in there, and it sounds like Arthur didn't want to leave the market as well. All right, but hold on a minute. We got to ask these guys if they've seen Arthur. All right, question for you. Have you guys seen Arthur lately?
Not recently.
Not recently. Tell me what's happened with Arthur. What has he done?
Turns on our shop machine all the time, knocks stuff off the walls. Haven't done too much over the summer though. It's more of a late fall occurrence.
Late fall around
Yeah,
Halloween.
yeah.
Okay, very good. The Gumwall is pretty gross. It's kind of cool, but what I really like is right here. I love all these, this art that people put up here. It's, as far as a photographer, all these little details, I like to get up real close and get some really nice shots of all these details as well. But it's fascinating that people continue to over the years, continue to put posters up here and different types of art. You see the door right there, it says the Market Theater, so that's the home of Unexpected Productions, it's improv. And the way this all started, in the early 1990s, a lot of people would stick gum on the seats of the theater, and the problem is the Market Theater said, you know, don't do that, just leave your gum outside. But what they started doing is they were putting gum on the wall, and then they would put coins as well. But eventually those coins disappeared because people were stealing the money, and it just became a gum wall. About 6 months later, my understanding is, the city asked them to clean the gum off because it was kind of gross, and that only inspired people more. And then in 2015, there was so much gum here that the Market Foundation said, you know what, this is historic buildings, there's sugar in the gum, it can deteriorate the bricks. So they wanted to remove the gum. So they spent 130 hours steam cleaning. 2,350 pounds of gum was removed. It's been cleaned one other time since then. So this is like version 4 right now of the Gumwall. A lot of people don't want to miss it. All you do is just come down Ghost Alley, or Post Alley rather, go by Ghost Alley Espresso, and you'll find it with these. So no video of the Pike Place Market would be without having the world famous fish throwing at Pike Place Fish. Here I'll share a little bit of the background of how they started and why they started throwing the fish, and a few other little things that I think you'll find of interest. But also, I had heard about a story that Axl Rose of Guns N' Roses had gone behind the stand to catch a fish, and apparently he slipped, and there's a little sticker on the cash register marking that location where he hit his head. So I want to find out if this was true, and well, let's see what happens. Is the Axl Rose sticker still on the cash register?
It might be hot.
It might be there?
He came walking down from right up there. I remember.
Yeah?
This day.
Really?
Yes.
And he fell when he threw the fish?
Well, he was drunk and It's catching fish.
Yeah.
And
But is the sticker still on the register?
It might be.
Yeah. Can you film it for me?
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Oh my
Axl Rose?
Yeah.
I don't know him, but I heard the story that he came up here and
Do that.
it's on the internet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the story was he was trying to catch a fish and he fell. Yeah. I don't see the Axl Rose sticker though.
I thought that was the octopus.
Oh, the octopus. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I got it. All right, we saw it. So the story was that Axl Rose slipped, fell, hit his head on the register, and he is legendary now. So Pike Place Fish, you want to stand right about here in this location if you want to get that best shot. They use a stunt fish. So the stunt fish is like a coho salmon, and they use it all day long to, quote, entertain people, right? But then what they do is they put it in their freezers here, and then they send all those after, probably a week or so or even more. I don't know how long they wait. But then they'll send all those stunt fish over to Wolf Haven, which I think is down in Olympia, if I remember correctly. And so they're able to feed the wolves in this sanctuary that helps rescue wolves. So it's pretty cool what they do. One of the reasons they throw the fish is, well, probably the biggest reason, they're lazy. John Yokoyama, who started the company, he realized that every day he was walking around the counter, he would walk 100 steps there and back. So one day he said, "Hey kid, catch," and he just started throwing the fish. And then throughout the years, it was kind of popular, but then one day one of the employees put up a world famous Pike Place fish throwing, and it became famous. And there it is right there.
One more time.
So there you have it. That's why they do that. But it's for entertainment as well. That was a stunt fish, by the way, and that stunt fish is the one that will go to Wolf Haven as well.
That's a stuffed fish.
That was a stunt fish, yeah. One thing the market is known for is flowers. There's flower vendors everywhere, and you can see they're really beautiful. A lot of these flowers are grown in Monroe and also in Falls City. And a lot of the people that work here come from the Hmong Hill tribes from Thailand and Laos. So they came here during the 1980s after the Vietnam War, and Vietnam as well. So they're the primary vendors of the flowers here in the Pike Place Market. You can see they're absolutely beautiful. So here in the market we have about 250 vendors, permanent vendors. Then there's a lot of other vendors like these small little shops, and they have what's called a roll call system. So every morning those that have seniority get called first. If they're here, they can have whatever choice of stand they want based on their seniority. And then, the longer you're here, the better you can do that. Also, the Market Grill, they have the best wild salmon sandwich. I recommend getting the sockeye salmon. That's the way you want to go. It's really, really good. Best smoked salmon in the market, it's right here. This is Pure Foods Fish. And Saul's son, Isaac, runs the place now. Saul has passed away. But yeah, you can get, good crab, $19.99. King crab, $89 a pound, not so bad. It was $113 recently, so I think that's a pretty good deal. So yeah, this is I think they have the best smoked salmon here is at Pure Foods Fish. Though they're not open right now, we have the Athenian right here. So that corner, there's a little plaque, and one of them says Rob Reiner sat here, and the other one says Tom Hanks sat here for Sleepless in Seattle. So they filmed the scene for Sleepless in Seattle right here at the Athenian. And you too can sit there if you'd like. So the location for the best photo, if you're a photographer, I like to stand right here. I like to get the sales in there, or the scales rather. You get the Socios fruit and produce sign right there as well. And this is a great shot. And if you're looking for a good market shot with vegetables and fruit and all that, this is where you want to go right here. All right, so I want to show you guys something, and Linda's going to show the floor here. If you look at the floor, you'll notice there's all these tiles here. So back in 1985 and 86, I believe it was, 84, 85, I can't remember the exact years, the market was so dilapidated that you could actually look through the floor down below because it was so in such disrepair. So they wanted to save the market, and the way they did that is they sold these tiles. They sold, I think it was 45,000 tiles. They were $35 a piece. And we'll continue down here. I'm going to show you, I actually was able to buy one years ago. But there's a lot of other people that have bought them as well. There's one here for Ronald Reagan. I heard Ann and Nancy Wilson of Heart have one here, though I've never been able to find it. You can go onto the website for the Pike Place Market Foundation, and you can find, there's like a little guide to find out, where certain tiles are. Maybe if your family did it, you can look it up. It's not always complete. Because there's a lot of tiles there's a lot more tiles here than what they have in their database. So the one thing you can do is you can go to the Pike Place Market information booth where James works and where Kent works. And what you can do there is you can actually, they have a book, a full book. You can open up the book, and it's all alphabetized, and you can just you look for your name, and they'll tell you the coordinates. If you look here, there's a coordinates on the floor. So like here we have 382, and then we have, and so somewhere in that area is where your tile is going to be. I just want to point out right here, this is my tile right here, the Diviak family. Yeah, so pretty cool. But there's another one that's pretty unique. A lot of people don't know about. Yep. If you look, do you guys all remember Heaven's Gate? They put a tile here too. So you kind of go through the market and just explore, and if your family was here, you might be able to find yours. So another fun thing about the market. All right, guys, we're going to head over to the original Starbucks, but there's a little footnote on the word original. I'm going to share that with you. So let's come on down. I'll take you down there. Quite a big line right here. Also, one thing you'll notice too, when you look at the logo, it's the original logo. A lot of people refer to it as a mermaid, but it's actually a siren. It's also, I think, the only Starbucks in the world that does not serve food. They weren't able to sell food here because they were competing with the other, like the bakeries and things like that. So the Market Foundation didn't want them to compete with the other stores. So they allowed them to sell coffee only. And so it's still the case today, I think, yep. So I'm going to take you down and show you, this is not the original Starbucks. Well, it is. It's not the original location of the original Starbucks, and let me explain that here in a moment, so just follow me. The one nice thing about the market too, Linda, if you can show them the street right here, if you've been to the market before, you'll notice that there's no cars down there, right? And so this year in 2025, they made it so that you can't drive cars through here unless you're a vendor, like this truck right here, for example. Right now I'm on the corner of Western and Virginia, and you'll notice there's a place over there called Mr. Fish, and Mr. Fish is a really good fish and chips place. But you may not know that that was the original location of the original Starbucks. Starbucks did not start in the Pike Place Market, and the story behind that is the building that they were in before, originally on March 30th of 1971 is when Starbucks started. They started there. But I think it was in 1976, this building that they were in had a fire. And so the owner of the building wanted to tear it down. And so Starbucks had to move somewhere. So the area in the Pike Place Market became available, and then they were able to go into that current location today at 1912 Pike Place. But that 1912 Pike Place is not the original location of the original Starbucks, just so you know. But they moved all the furniture, all the fixtures, everything to this other store. All right, so I think that I'm getting a little hungry. Not that I need it, but let's go there and let's see what they recommend, and let's see what Linda might want to get as well. Get all the people taking pictures. So Piroshky Piroshky. You guys have the Uli's jalapeno sausage? Oh, you do? Right there, yeah. I think we're gonna get one of those. Does that sound good? Let's give it a try. Also, you have a cold Coke?
We have Pepsi.
Or Pepsi, yeah. How about that as well? I'm getting kind of warm
Is
here.
that all for you today, sir?
Yeah, those two items would be perfect.
So today's be 11.83.
This place is normally really busy. In fact, on the weekends especially, there might be 40 or 50 people in line, but they're probably the fastest place to get served. So if you see the big long line, don't let it scare you. I've been here on the weekends after a tour where 40 people in line. I tried to count everybody that was in line. I was served in 5 minutes. So they're really quick. So don't let that scare you. And well, now we're gonna have Linda try this, and I'll get her reaction. Right, your first Piroshky Piroshky.
Oh my god. All right. What's on here?
It's Uli's jalapeno sausage wrapped in dough.
So he makes the sausage.
He makes the sausage. He's the sausage guy. Yeah, from Germany.
I love it.
It's good, isn't it?
Got a little kick,
It does, yeah.
but the dough around it is really good.
It is, yeah.
You probably need a bite.
Oh, maybe I'll have a bite or two. Yeah.
Or maybe you should have gotten your own.
Maybe I should have. Super doughy. I love the dough. There's something about it. But that sausage is so good.
That little jalapeno kick is delish.
Yeah, it's just enough of a little kick. But it's perfect. I do recommend getting something to drink though, because the dough is kind of dry. Well, it's not really dry. I mean, let's put it this way: it's a lot of dough, so it's good to wash it down. La Panier, that's another one you don't want to miss. They have really good baguette-style sandwiches, and also what do they call those little round things from France? They're not a pastry, but they're like a cookie.
Oh, they're pretty colors, and they are called macaroons.
Macaroons, yes. Look at those.
They're way better than the ones at Costco.
Yeah, we'll have to come back and get those. Okay. One thing I want to point out here too is that we're here on a Wednesday, right? It's Wednesday. We're here on a Wednesday, and look how crowded it is. It's right now. It's about almost 4 o'clock, and it is in September, so it's not going to be as busy as the other times. Also, Sur La Table, that's their first store. They used to be nationwide. I don't know if they still are, but that was their very first store here in the Pike Place Market as well. All right, we're going to take a little walk into Post Alley. There's their sign right here. Post Alley was called that because that's where they posted the horses. So when people brought their horses here, they would post them or tie them up here in Post Alley. So this is Kells right here.
Are we going through the...
So this is Kells, and this is the Irish pub here. But let's talk about this place. So this was Butterworth's mortuary, and the embalming room, well, it was here.
Is this place haunted?
This place is said to be haunted, yeah.
Oh, I just got goosebumps.
But the business that is up above, those are the ones that don't last very long, because for some reason the upstairs is probably worse. We can go up there and I can show you the front of it. But yeah, it's so yeah, this was a former mortuary, and they had an elevator here that would bring the bodies from the street level down to here to the embalming room. So one of the top wine tasting rooms on the West Coast is also located here. Voted the best tasting room in the West by Sunset Magazine, and it's right next to Kells, just so you know. You look at the wine barrels here, you got the corks right here. How fun. And you can kind of see their prices right here. All right, that's a big thumbs up. This place is awesome. It's got the most awesome pig ever. Another place that's really great is if you turn around, Linda, you'll see the Pink Door. It's a fantastic Italian restaurant. It's very hard to get into. You definitely need reservations. You can oftentimes sit at the bar if you're lucky, but their food is really good. They also have like little acts here. They have, I guess they call it like a trapeze act. So a lot of people have heard about the Pink Door, and there's your Pink Door, and that's where it's located, right across from the Washington Wine Tasting Room. If you like sushi, here at the end of the market is KaShiBa. It's some of the best sushi you'll ever have. Pretty pricey. I remember my daughter and I came here, Amanda and I came here. It was about $100 for two of us for sushi, which isn't too bad, but I think now more, it's like, I think it's a minimum order of $180. Normally they'd open at 5 o'clock, and I think it's hard to get into. There might be a line here, so let's just check and see what it's like. No line yet, so we could get in probably, but we're not going to do that. But I'm going to have Linda just check out the menu right here. So the gentleman that started KaShiBa, that's his last name, is a master sushi chef. And it's really, really good. If you're looking for high-end sushi, if you're looking for a little bit less high-end, perhaps you might want to go to the Umisaki House, which is down in Belltown. It's on the corner of First and Bell. They open at 5 as well, and they have about 50 different types of sushi and sashimi also. So, and a good sake as well. But these guys are fantastic. You're looking for higher end, spoil yourself, KaShiBa is the place to go. So in Post Alley, you're going to find a number of great options as well. We have Rachel's Ginger Beer right here. But hey, follow me. I want to just show you one of the best places for Pike Place for Chowder. I just gave it away. It's Pike Place Chowder. But one of the best places in the United States, not only in Seattle, is Pike Place Chowder. Their New England clam chowder was rated the #1 dish in America on Yelp. So I can say with confidence, it's really good. You're really going to like it, and I'll show you where it's at. There is limited seating. Oftentimes there's a really big line here. What I recommend is you go online and order online, and then when you arrive here, it'll be ready for you. And there's a little bit of seating outside here as well, but like there's only 5 tables inside. Their clam chowder, New England clam chowder is fantastic. You can get the sourdough bowl, which is really good as well. They also have a Dungeness crab roll, which is fantastic. The Maine lobster roll, and I think they have, maybe they don't have it now. I think they used to have a king crab roll, but Dungeness crab, especially right now, we're in September, it's in season, so it's a good time of year to actually go with the Dungeness crab. All right, we have El Mercado, the Latin market, let's just put it that way. They have really good empanadas. Their empanadas here are to die for. I absolutely love them. You can see them right here in the window. They are so good, and oftentimes after my tours I'll come here as well. So we're going to walk to some of my favorite spots here I want to show you. So if you ever wanted to get an ostrich egg, this is where you want to go, right here.
You know,
or a robin's egg or a quail egg.
You can stand on those and they won't break.
Oh, Linda said you can stand on those and they won't break.
Did it in South Africa.
Yo, you did it in South Africa? Wow. Oh, that's right. She wrote on one. I forgot. We should find the video for, or the thing for that. So, if you guys need any cow-related merchandise, this is the place to go. Linda, I know you need to add to your collection, right? Lots of cows. Lamplight Books, a nice little bookstore here in the market. Three Girls Bakery right here. This is the oldest business in the Pike Place Market. They've been here since 1912. Yeah, so don't want to miss that. Where this line is right here, everyone's queuing up for ice cream. So we have ice cream here, but we also have, you can get a Seattle dog right here at Bernie B's. Theirs is a little bit different. What they do is, for a Seattle dog, you normally have cream cheese and fried onions, but because they make pickled items here, You get pickled onions along with your hot dog and cream cheese, and it's absolutely delicious. We have the best poke in the market right here, and this place is amazing. Filipino, and look at all their signs right here. This is definitely an institution. It's an institution. Look at all those signs, and they're always working hard here. You can't just order one thing, you gotta order like 5 things here. All right, so whenever I'm in the mood for fish and chips, I always come to Jack's Fish Spot. Their fish and chips are really good. I don't know if you can show the prices right up there, but they're quite reasonable. Like the halibut and chips is only $17.99. There's some places here that are like $24, so it's a really good deal. So they also have really good prices on seafood, a little bit less than the marquee location that we all know about here. Look at their ahi tuna right there. Oh, looks beautiful. Yeah, $15.99 a pound. So
That's a great price on oysters.
Oysters is a really good deal. What do we pay for a dozen? Like $30 at Taylor's Shellfish.
Yeah,
So,
at my house free.
well, yeah, Linda grows her own oysters, so we can get them for free. And she has 1,000 oysters, which is kind of crazy. All right, well, it's about 4:30. Market's getting a little bit quiet, starting to close down a bit. We're about ready to wrap this up. But I want to take you over to meet my friend Jakob. He owns the Falafel King. He's originally from Eritrea, and he makes fantastic food. So let's just pop in and say hi. He doesn't know we're coming. He knows who I am. But he's also close to my favorite map store, Metskers Maps. It's one of the only, or I think it's one of the last all map stores in the US. So all things map related. Look at all
I
those.
love it. We need to go there.
Yeah, it's really cool. In fact, we're gonna go in there. We have a friend of mine, Daniel rather. Here's my friend, I forget his name. Daniel, who's in Tanzania, who does a really cool presentation on the history of Tanzania. And he needs a new map. So we're gonna look for that. But we'll probably do that off camera. But let's go meet Jakob. Uh-oh. Jakob. Hey, how's it going? We're just stopping to say hi. We're just filming in the market today. I just want to say hi. I'm not going to order anything because we've been eating around the market, but just want to say hi and we want to recommend your store to people. So it's always good, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah, everything's good. Yeah. All right. We'll see you in a few days because I'll be back on tour. And
Sure you don't want to get a falafel? Falafel?
you want one? A falafel? Are you hungry? Yeah, the Falafel King. Yeah.
Is baklava like baklava?
Baklava, yeah. Medium fries, yeah. Also, you know what? I should add, on camera, he is one of the hardest working guys in the Pike Place Market. He's here every morning, every day. He doesn't take any days off until like maybe 1 month in October, but other than that, he's here other than the holidays like Christmas, New Year's, and Thanksgiving. So if you're looking for a really good, shawarma, falafel, baklava, he's got it all. And his food is authentic, it's delicious, and you can't go wrong. And it's actually pretty reasonable too, as far as pricing. So I think that he's definitely somebody worth checking out, and he's the king. He's the Falafel King. Well, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a different view of the Pike Place Market. You know, some of the things that a lot of people don't always see. I know that the fish, where they throw the fish, the original Starbucks, the Gumwall is kind of the marquee things that everyone sees, but I was happy to share with you a lot of other things that you may not have known about here in the Pike Place Market, and kind of give you a little bit of an insider's view and a local view too. You know, my family's been here with my grandkids now, we're 6 generations, so we're definitely in love with Seattle. I love the market. This is a great place to be all the time, and I hope you enjoy it as well. Give a like and a subscribe down below, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me as well. All right, thank you.